Wholeness, wholeness. All right, so this video is going to be about 22 different ways that you can raise your vibration before you go to bed. And this is definitely something you don't want to sleep on because investing in your sleep is going to change so many qualities of your life for the better. And it's not just your sleep that's going to improve by implementing, even if it's just one of the things that I talk about today. It's not just your sleep that's going to improve, it's also going to be when you wake up and throughout the day how you're feeling, and how you interact with your environment when you feel well rested and you feel like, regenerated, like you're not running on low battery. So yeah, this video is going to be a bit longer than most of my other videos just because I wanted to explain a bit of what these different ways of raising your vibe before bed are, rather than just listing them one by one, to give you a better idea of like where I'm coming from, and why I feel this is so important for us to implement some of these things. So yeah, I really do think that the night is just as important as the day. In some cultures, they even think that the night is more important than the day because that's when we're in that higher vibration, and some of our life can be um, foreseen in the dream realm. But that's not really what we're going to be talking about today. I want to try to keep it pretty simple and digestible, for anyone who's kind of new to this sort of stuff. So yeah, bedtime's a really awesome opportunity to raise your vibe and set yourself up for um, more positive manifestations within your life. We know that humans are incredible creators on the physical realm, but we can also manifest amazing things in our sleep, and so that's a good space to just be mindful of, like, okay, I'm going into this whole other realm of my consciousness when I'm going into bed. Like, this is like the yin to the yang, right? Like, this is a whole nother world. So we can gain a lot of clarity in that state when we're in our bed. That's why people, they sometimes say sleep on it when you have like a big decision, or you need to make a big choice. They say sleep on it because that's when you're relaxed. At least for most people, like if you're sleeping correctly, you should be relaxed and you should be in a clear space, and where you're connecting to your dream body or your higher self, whatever you want to call it. You can get some really good insights and understanding if you are able to, really get into a good place when you're going into bed. Okay, so the first thing that you can do is to make sure that you're not lowering your vibration. So before we start to raise our vibration, first we want to figure out what might be lowering our vibration. So there's a few things that will definitely lower your vibration, and that first one is going to be not spilling your seed, not ejaculating. So you can look up, Montauk Chai, the multi-orgasmic man, learn about the magic button that your body has, and yeah, because spilling your seed is definitely going to lower your vibration. That's your life force. If you ever wonder why you're so tired after, you ejaculate, it's because you just spilled your life force. And being able to hold that, or at least do your best to understanding how to, is going to be key for raising the spinal fluids and to get your pineal gland um, activated. And what the pineal gland does is one of its main jobs is to produce melatonin. If you've ever wondered, all right, our body produces melatonin by itself, but what part of our body is producing the melatonin? And that's the pineal gland. It's also known as the seat of the soul. If you've ever seen, what's that movie? Men in Black, the little alien dude in the head, it's really like that. So, yeah, don't spill that seed. And then another thing that's going to definitely lower your vibration is drinking alcohol. Just common sense. If you think about how a tincture is made, a tincture requires alcohol. And you might have whatever that you have in the tincture. It could be weed, it could be an herb, but the alcohol is going to squeeze the essence. It's going to suck the essence out of that substance. And so, just think about what drinking alcohol is going to do to your body. It's going to pull out your essence. It's going to pull out all the nutrients, the vitamins, it's just going to fuck up the way your body works, because it's literally sucking out everything that your body needs to thrive and to be able to get into that higher vibration. So, maybe a glass of wine every here and there, but for real, if you're looking to raise your vibration, like, cut the alcohol out, not up, out. Okay? And, the third thing is going to be eating right before bed. You're going to want to try to practice not doing that. I try not to eat within a 2 to 4 hour window before bed, because if your organs are processing things, that's going to take away from your body being able to regenerate, because that is tasking the body with assimilating those nutrients and doing all that work and all those, rather than getting the organs clear and making sure that you have more energy for the higher states of consciousness that you're going to be experiencing when you're in your sleep. So, and another thing that I can mention is that when you're spilling your seed or you're drinking alcohol, it's really going to bring your consciousness into those lower states of being, those lower chakras. So, and the same with eating. So really try to, this is literally raising your vibration. This is raising your state of consciousness. Where are you thinking from? So you want to try to be in that heart space, or at least in the heart space. But if you're up here, you're going to be really getting into that high vibration. Right. And then there's 2 more things that are actually going to lower your vibration if before bed and just throughout the day, but you do your best, and that is your Wi-Fi. Wi-Fi is a non-native electromagnetic frequency. That's what it's giving off, and that frequency will interfere with the natural electromagnetic frequency that your body gives off. So, I need Wi-Fi throughout the day. Like, I'm on the computer a lot, but before I go to bed, I try to turn my Wi-Fi off, and that's because your body isn't able to fully heal, and there's a lot going on when we go into bed, right? Like, we're not just healing, but we're processing everything that happened throughout the day. Lots going on. And so when we have Wi-Fi interfering with our body and our mind and our spirit, it totally throws us off from getting into that deep, deep sleep. And most of us don't even know what it's like to get that deep sleep, because we've lived our whole lives with the Wi-Fi on. So, just give it a try. Like, yank that Wi-Fi cord out, if you can. My family gets pretty crazy about it, but if I'm able to, I yank that thing out, or at least try to tell them about what the Wi-Fi is doing to us. So that's definitely a good move, like turning your Wi-Fi off. Okay, so the second thing that you can do is to make sure that you give everyone, or at least the closest people to you that you're living with, a hug. Like, simple as that, man. Just give them a hug before you go to bed, because you know that's acknowledging that you're sharing that space with them, that sacred space, your living environment, and just give thanks. Maybe just give thanks for being able to live in a home. Like if your parents are paying for your home, like just give thanks, man, and like give them a hug, because we have these cords that are connected to us and to the people that are in our space. And then the third thing you can do to raise your vibration is just get some water next to your bed. Like, we all feel better when we're hydrated, right? So getting some water next to your bed. If you live somewhere really hot, you can also sprinkle Celtic sea salt. It'll help you hold that hydration better, so you don't have to drink as much water. The Celtic sea salt's also really good for just keeping the body mineralized. All right, and then number 4 is to spend just a few moments appreciating what went well during the day. Do this before you go to bed. Just spend a quick couple of moments thinking about, what really you feel went well, and then just kind of observe, like, what was it that you did to make that situation go well, because we can learn a lot from those moments. We can also learn a lot from focusing on the negative things, but, we got to balance things out. Then number 5, ask a question of the universe before bed. We get lots of clarity from the dream state, so you could ask something like, what should I do about the problem at work? How could I help fix or mend this relationship? What kind of present should I get my friend for her birthday? Just whatever you need some understanding on, or like need some assistance with. There is quite a bit of things that can come through from the dreams. And so number 6, set your intention to enjoy the next day. Simple as that. Just set the intention. I want to enjoy the next day. All right, stick with me if I'm not looking at the camera all the time. I've got like my notes over here, and then my camera's like in a weird spot. So, all right, number 7. So you want to make sure that you close your blinds before going to bed. So number 8 is pretty obvious, and that's just making sure that you have a comfortable bed or sleeping space, that you're able to get relaxed in, and that you don't have a bunch of possessions laying around to the point where they start possessing you. Right, number 9 is getting a good alarm for you to wake up to, and getting rid of that annoying ass alarm if you still have it, because that alarm can really offset the rest of your day. So get like a good alarm. You could use like a bird noise or a river noise or like a nature noise. Look into that. Number 10 is choosing to forgive and forget before going to bed. If you have a fight that hasn't been resolved at night, it'll just pick up right back in the morning if you're in that mindset of like you want to get the last word. And that's how it is with the mouth. The mouth always wants to get the last word. Like, why even tarnish your tomorrow over something that happened today, right? So choosing to forgive and forget is, something that can definitely help you get into that higher vibration. So number 11 is investing in an eye mask and earplugs. An eye mask is really a good move if you're not able to get curtains. I personally don't like having anything on my face, but there's some pretty comfy eye masks out there. There's even ones that like help you lucid dream. I used to have one, but I never figured out how to use it. So getting one of those to block out the light, and then having some earplugs is a good move, definitely. If you have someone who snores, definitely invested in like a box of earplugs. All right, so number 12 is soundscaping. Soundscaping is like a really awesome thing that you can do to raise your vibration without even having to do much. Put a link to a great soundscaping website. It's called My Noise. So I'll put that link in the description so you guys can, and it's totally free. And what I love most about it is that you don't need Wi-Fi to use it. So that's a good bonus. All right, number 13 is a tricky one, and that's what to do if you find yourself wide awake. This is something unique that you need to kind of figure out yourself, but I think the best way to go about it is really finding what is going to relax you, but also be honest with yourself. Like, is it relaxing you, and is it like giving you energy for the next day? So you might think, oh, smoking weed relaxes me, or blah 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 relaxes me, but then you find yourself the next day with no energy. So it's just something to give some thought. And also don't fight the wakefulness. Like, don't try to force yourself to go to sleep. And then transitioning off of letting yourself be awake, also make sure you're not doing things that would like kind of give you anxiety. So if you feel like you have this urge to check your to-do list, or things that would involve the next day, like try to steer away from those things. Like, checking your to-do list isn't gonna get anything done for you the next day, so do things that aren't gonna overlap into the dream state that would give you anxiety, if you understand what I'm saying. Number 15, this is one that's definitely helped me quite a bit, and that's choosing to go to bed at a reasonable time, and also going to bed at the same time every single night. Okay, so number 16 is, if you're a lucid dreamer, set your intention to have a lucid dream, because lucid dreaming's awesome. It's gonna really put you on cloud 9 for sure. And if you'd like to learn how to lucid dream, I highly recommend the book Exploring the World of Lucid Dreaming by Stephan LaBerge. I think he also has he has tons of videos on YouTube that you can watch to get a good understanding of how you can take steps towards learning how to lucid dream. Because just like there's professional mechanics and professional chefs, there are professional lucid dreamers. So definitely look to these professionals if you're looking to learn more. And I also have a short film on my YouTube. It's called The Lucid Dreamer, and I'll put a link in the description if you want to check that out and just get some visuals, to deepen that understanding of what really lucid dreaming is. Okay. Number 18 is, if you like to watch television before bedtime, be mindful of the programming you're selecting. Just be sure that you select a program that's like light and makes you feel good. SecretEnergy.com has some really good documentaries and podcasts if you're looking to, get some like edutainment, right? And I'll put a link to that in the description. Right, so these next 3 are pretty important and can have a pretty profound effect on your sleep and are very easy to do. And that's just making sure that you have the right lighting in your room before you go to bed. And so what I use is, I'll either use candlelight, and I won't use LED lighting. The LED is what will screw with your sleep. And you can also use red light bulbs. I'll put a link to where you can get these on Amazon for like a couple bucks. And then you can also use these goofy ass glasses. I like having them if I'm on my phone or if I'm driving late at night. They help to keep everything dim and keep my retinas from getting burned out. Number 20 is going to be getting yourself some chakra stones. Chakra stones work to balance and cleanse and buffer your energetic systems within the body. that are tied to each one of your organs. And so each of the stones tie into a different part of your body, whether it's, you know, you need some grounding, or you need something that works with the mind to help get rid of stress. There's a specific stone for each chakra, and they can do a lot to make sure that you're going into not only a high vibration but before you go to bed, but you know, to maintain that vibration that you're looking for throughout the day. So, you know, you might want to get a little bit more specific on what vibration you're looking for. And these crystals really allow you to get a feel for heightened states of consciousness. So I'll put a link in the description if you guys want to learn more about crystals. Don't miss out on experiencing what crystals have to offer, but they definitely are a good thing to sleep with. I do sleep with a few under my pillow each night, and it's fun trying out different ones, seeing how they affect my state of consciousness. Alright, so you know we saved the best for last, and number 22 is going to be getting magnesium in your body. Around 85% of Americans are deficient in magnesium because it's not in the food that we eat. You know, most people, they might take a magnesium supplement and drink it, but you're not even getting close to how much magnesium your body really needs. And plus, when you drink it, that magnesium just goes through your body. You don't absorb a whole lot of it. So magnesium needs to be taken transdermally, which means through the skin. Magnesium deficiency leads to cell degeneration and sleeping disorders and heavy metal toxicity and like pH imbalance and anxiety and even paranoia. I'll use these magnesium medical grade salts, and I just take them like in a foot soak. But if you like taking baths, that's another great way of doing them. It can have a profound effect on you spiritually by cleansing your aura from stuck negative energy. So yeah, I would say magnesium is the number one thing you can do to raise your vibration before bed and really take you to that next level. Like, the magnesium is really going to give you a charge to your body. And this is magnesium sulfate. There's different magnesiums out there, so you got to be careful which ones you use. Like, you may have heard of Epsom salt. People think Epsom salt is magnesium. It's actually sulfur, and Epsom's the name of the company. So, you know, just keep your eye open. I'll put a link to these ones, and you only need like half a cup. So one bag will last you, you know, quite a few baths. Or I like the foot soaks. The foot soaks are amazing, especially if you're like on your feet a lot, you know, doing like a stand-up job. But yeah, I hope you know, you take one of these things and give it a try, because I've been utilizing all of these things together, and like, yeah, like my sleep has just gone from, like, I used to think I was sleeping, but now that I'm doing everything that I do now, it's like, yo, you can take your sleep to another level and really you know, take care of yourself in that way. So wholeness, much love.
The greatest illusion of this world is the illusion of separation. Things you think are separate and different are actually one and the same.